Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Lee's Pendulum and Dowsing Rod reader. We are going to continue with doing a crime card reading and a vibe card reading for Savannah. We did one for Annie, we did one for Tommaso, and we're going to do one for Savannah. This is all to do with the missing case of Nancy Guthrie, who went missing on February 1st, 2026. She's 84 years old. She lived in the Catalina foothills in Arizona. And so I'm sure that you know quite a bit about this. She was apparently she was abducted from her home sometime in the early morning hours of February 1st. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get right into the vibe and crime case of Savannah. Just trying to see what comes up for her. Oops, if anything. I just thought it'd be only fair, since I did one for her sister, that I should do one for her as well. We got dark. Okay. She was taken in the dark. Nancy was taken in the dark. So there's going to be things that's probably going to come in that have to do with the disappearance of itself. This came in for Annie too, I believe. Social issues. What would you like to share with us, our divine family? Ask my spirit guides, my ancestors, to come in for this case. I know that it's, I don't normally pull in my ancestors, but I thought I should for this one here. I think that they would do well for this, because Savannah seems to be the one that has been, well, she's the only one that we know that's really upset about the whole thing, because we don't get to see Annie very much, unless she, other than the interviews that she was with, her sister, right? So yeah, I think that, I don't know why, I just felt that my ancestors should be asked to come in for this. Also my counselors, and always my ascended masters, but also the spirit guides for Savannah as well, and her ancestors. Anything else is coming in on that deck here? We can always go back to that one afterwards, see what comes out here in this next deck for Savannah. Savannah is a very social person, because she is a host on the Today Show and has been for many years. So she's almost like a socialite. High school. Huh. What's up with the high school? Well, I'll carry on here and see if there's anything else that you'd like to share with us about the Nancy Guthrie case, but with Savannah, with her vibe and everything on this, if she did or did not have anything to do with the disappearance of her mother. We would appreciate some insight. In-law. Got handprint. Either the FBI has a handprint of someone on this case, or Savannah's handprint, or has the investigators missed something that was there that had within the home or outside Nancy's home that has somebody's handprint. But again, this is to do with Savannah. What else can you show me that has to do with, say, just Savannah? Not with Nancy, but with just Savannah. We got the in-law card. That one flew out. We got the fear card. Is Savannah living in fear? Does she feel that there's somebody out there that may be after her as well? That may be coming after her, that's causing her to live a fearful life at this time? Or is she in fear of what is going to be found out? Winter. Winter. Maybe everything is going to come out in the coming winter. Yeah, the investigation may come to a close come winter. Or was this all planned? Was Nancy's disappearance planned in the winter? It was winter still, like for February 1st, that was winter time, so that is when this took place, Nancy's disappearance. Well, let's carry on. See if there's anything else that would like to come out regarding Savannah. I think this Nancy's disappearance was planned like the beginning, very beginning of winter, maybe Christmas time. Confession. I got the confession came out twice when it come to the reading that I did for Tommaso. Over here so you can see that. Does the investigators have a handprint of someone that is about to give a confession? And we got parking lot. So I think that there was a meeting. Yeah, I think somebody met up in a parking lot to either, again, this has to do with Savannah, not just the case, not just Nancy's disappearance. What was, if this is about Savannah, why? Is Savannah about to receive a confession from someone? Is Savannah going to be meeting up in a parking lot to find something out? Then we also got in-law. Yeah, it is a dark case. We got that dark card, and anything else from here and from this deck? This is kind of a strange reading, this one. Anything that wants to be shared here from our spirit family to do with Savannah? Did Savannah have anything to do with her mother's disappearance? Or is Savannah completely innocent? Of what happened with Nancy being taken from her home? Enemy. I think Savannah has an enemy, and she knows something, and she is living in fear. Child. Is this somebody that Savannah has known since she was a child? Or does it have this whole thing have something to do with children? Does Savannah have information on something just like her mom? I think, I think Nancy she knew something that was very dark, and it could have to do with children. Apparently there was things that went on Eppie Island that is absolutely disgusting to do with children. Was Savannah? Did something happen to Savannah when she was a child? I feel that Savannah knows something, just like, and that's why she knows that why her mom went missing. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. She's innocent from what we're getting here. She's innocent of the crime itself, but I still feel that Savannah knew something to do with the investigation of her mother. Somebody is... Yes, Savannah is also wealthy. I think that Savannah is wealthy, and I think that the attack is on to do with her family. There is an enemy out there. Savannah also was also helped in the investigation. There was an investigation going on that she was a part of that had to do with the ex-Prince A. She interviewed a victim of his, bringing everything to light. Making herself an enemy. Mobile. mobile. Is there some kind of a message that she's received from her mobile phone? Perhaps a threat? Let's see, anything else want to come out here to do with the mobile? Perhaps just to share a little bit of light on what the mobile card came out for. Why you shared that. Maybe not in this deck. One more deck here. Let's see if anything comes out on here. Mobile. This is so bizarre, eh? This case. Like, every time I do a reading on it, I just find it very, very bizarre. Attention seeker. Yeah. I kind of get that too. I do feel that Savannah is a bit of an attention seeker. Just saying, it's just something I feel. She likes the attention on her, I think. Anything else you'd like to share out of this deck? Okay, we're going to start from the beginning here and just quickly go through this. Now, there might be something that might want to come out now. Froze. Has this case come to a frozen investigation? Huh. What does froze? Mobile and froze are kind of got me stumped here. We'll see if anything comes out that brings a little bit of clarity. Is there a mobile phone that got left on the property somewhere that got froze in the winter? I don't know. Media coverage. Yeah. And that's what she does, right? She does media coverage. Yeah. I think she's got a sworn enemy or enemies. Savannah's been very mobile. She's been able to, you know, travel, doing interviews, helping in investigations that have caused her to have an enemy. Let me know what you guys think. Blackmail. I also got this card. I got the blackmail card with Annie. I believe it was Annie. Could have been Annie or Tommaso, but I'm sure it was Annie. Maybe both her and Annie are being blackmailed. Or they are the ones that are blackmailing. But I believe we got the innocent card here, so I think that I would say suicide. Is she having suicide thoughts? Or we also got rage, which is very interesting. I got that in-law card that's still stuck in my head here. An in-law of hers may have to do with this case, may be involved in this case. Accident. Got suicide, and then we got accident. Is there going to be an accident where it's actually been somebody that has committed suicide? This could be something that's still yet to happen. But unfortunately, we're getting the suicide in the accident on her, on Savannah Guthrie's card reading. We got shed. Is there some kind of evidence that is in Nancy's shed, or is there something that is some kind of evidence that's being kept in a shed? That has to do with something that might have a handprint on it. We got separation. Is Savannah separating herself, trying to separate herself from this case? Is she separating herself from family members? Has she tried to separate herself from an interview, from like an investigation that she was a part of? Let me know what your theory is when it comes to Savannah. How you all feel. Please leave it in the comments. Any other cards you'd like to share? Yeah. There's been many distractions in this case. Or is Savannah the one that's causing a distraction? Distracting, keeping the attention on herself. The second card we got, it did flip, but it could have also been stuck on here. But we got unmobile. But we got the mobile card. And then we got unmobile. Weird. like I said, this might not be, this could have been stuck with that distraction card. It might not be, but what we'll do is we'll put it in here. If it comes out again, then we'll know that it has to do with Savannah, with this case. I'm only going to let it, we're only going to shuffle it a couple times to see if there's anything else that wants to come out. There could have been a message that the investigators have on a mobile device that has to do with Savannah. Could be even the message, the call that Savannah received from Annie and Tommaso. I think it was Annie, regarding the mother's disappearance. Okay, is there anything else in this deck that you'd like to share at this time with myself and the viewers? Oh, dragged. I think Nancy was dragged. Was Savannah a part of this? Why is it dragged? The investigation is dragging out. Maybe that's what it is. Because we got the distraction and we got dragged. Yeah. This investigation is being dragged out. Any other cards from this deck to do with Savannah and the disappearance of her mother? What does she have to do with this, if anything? Because we did get the innocent card. We also got the blackmail card. But I'm gonna, okay, that just popped right off there. Again, we got social issues, and now we're getting social influence. Savannah has been a social influence. Maybe that's why she has an enemy or enemies. On the run. Somebody that is tied in with Savannah is on the run. I think she knows who did this. I think she knows who is behind the whole thing, who is the big dog. Any other cards you'd like to share? We got social influence. And then we got dragged. And then we got, so first of all, we got distraction and social influence. Or no, distraction, dragged, social influence, and on the run. Anything else that you'd like to share with us? Spring. Spring into action. Did somebody spring into action against Savannah's mom, or Savannah, that brought this whole thing on? Or yeah, no, I don't know. This is so crazy. Some of these cards that's coming out. What? There's definitely a story here. Anything else from this deck that you'd like to share? This will be the last of the crime decks that I am going to be doing. I got strangle. I got strangle. Then I got lying. Somebody is lying. And somebody's going to be going to prison. You know, it also could be somebody went to prison over an investigation that Savannah was a part of at one time, and this person got out of prison, and this person could have been somebody that Savannah has known since high school. Could be somebody that has taught within a school. We know T is a school teacher. Could be somebody's going to prison for what they know, being an accomplice. Assault. Somebody could be having, we got the suicide card. Somebody like Savannah could be having suicidal thoughts. Especially if she's in fear of her life, if that's the case. I'm not even sure. Does she have a bodyguard? I don't know. Anything else in this deck that you would like to bring to our attention regarding Savannah? Okay, we're going to go to the 5 deck here. I'm going to hold off on that one because I had pulled the tarot first for Annie and for Tommaso, so I'm going to do exactly the same for Savannah. And it's already pre-shuffled, guys, so don't worry there. Let's just see if any cards want to just pop out here first. Otherwise, I will be dividing the deck here to see what wants to be shown. Spirit family, is there anything that you want to show within the tarot regarding Savannah? We'll see. This will be interesting because there was the same card that we got for Annie and Tommaso. Like, we got the same card for them. A couple of the cards were the same that came out for them. So we'll see. If you haven't seen that video, or those, yeah, I just did it in one video. Go back. It's very recent. And check out that video. But do write out a comment, because I really want to know what you guys think, what your guys' theory is for all 3 of them. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords reversed, which is usually to do with missed opportunities. But also it shows injustice. There also could have been a miscommunication somewhere along the line here that's caused some confusion. Okay. Any other cards? We got the Six of Pentacles. And this card usually has to do with wealth, stability. And we did get the wealth card. We got the wealthy. Where was it here? Yeah, we got the wealthy card. So again, this is showing Savannah. It could be Savannah paying somebody. I don't think Savannah got her hands dirty in this case, to do with her mom. But I think she has a knowledge. I think she's got the knowledge of what is going on. That's why she's living in fear. She also has a family to think of, and she could be fearful of what could come, because if she's not involved in her mom's disappearance itself, somebody could have been, you know, taken Nancy out because of it. We got the Three of Wands here. Now, it usually has to do with finding direction, moving forward, you know, taking a chance. Somebody definitely took a chance when it come to taking Nancy. You know, they say that they apologized that, you know, that note that was given to the TMZ, the last one, I believe, that that wasn't meant to happen, but they could also have been lying. This card also shows foresight too. That this, what happened to her mom, could have been seen to happen. To advance ahead. You know, she is we got the card attention seeker. Did Savannah want to advance ahead in her career? Is that what she's trying to do right now? Well, these cards definitely, or the divine definitely wanted to share these cards with you, because I didn't have to divide the deck. They came out. So it's definitely something to be shown here with you all. Got the Devil card. Materialism could have to do with that, to do with her being wealthy. But I just, yeah. Maybe she, you know, we got the blackmail card. So maybe she is almost like trapped in bondage right now, being blackmailed. I think she's feeling pretty powerless. You know, it also, two people here as well, right? A male and a female. She could feel pretty powerless in going up against them. I think she's got herself into a scenario that she's really struggling with. Yeah, definitely. We got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like her brain is in turmoil. Yeah, I bet she is going through a lot of anxiety and despair, and in fear. It's probably affecting her sleep, no doubt. Feeling overwhelmed, in anguish. Well, got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Is she looking for new inspiration? Is she looking to normalize her life again? She's got some new ideas, perhaps. Trying to regain that confidence that she once had. I understand that today's program there, that she doesn't have the viewers like she once had. Yeah, we've got the Seven of Wands. So, yeah, I think she's being very defensive. Although she's strong-willed, I think she's on the defense. Could be fighting for what she thinks is right, but it's still a fearful situation. Or fighting for what she believes that she's entitled to. She thinks she's witty. She's trying to come up with some new ideas. She's trying to be persistent. But she's on the defense. Any other cards from tarot that you would like to share? Bottom of the deck, we got the Judgment card. Is she judging herself, judging others, or is she being judged? I think she's being judged because we got the defensive. She's on the defense. I think she has awareness as well to do with, yeah, and I've said it already. She has awareness of why her mother was taken. And it has to do with her social influence. And I believe it's something in the past. Okay, now we're going to pull a vibe card here for Savannah. Anything our divine family would like to share at this time? Masked. Hiding, concealing, deception. Remember the porch guy porch person. I'm not going to say guy because it very well could be a woman. Was Savannah the one causing the distraction with being on the porch? Was it somebody that she knew? An acquaintance of hers that did this? Is she sharing in concealing? Is she concealing information from, say, the FBI? Is she being deceptive? That was the card that came out for Savannah. Wow. That flipped out as well, right? So that's the card that the Divine Family wants us to see. Pretty crazy stuff, hey guys. Okay, I'm going to upload this right away for you guys. So I hope you all have a good day. Please give me some feedback and tell me what your theory is and what you thought of these cards today that the Divine has shown us. All right, have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon.